On the portal, we have the plane project. I need to make a presentation, and there's a rubric for the presentation. I'm going to start off with a Google slide into my drive, and I'm going to go into Form 2 Math, and I'm going to make a new Google slide. I'm going to add a title, and maybe I can add a little picture of an airplane in there. I like this picture. Export, then we can choose the type of image that we want to export, and PNG is pretty good, and so I'm just going to call this plane 1. I'm going to insert an image. I'm going to upload it from my computer, this images folder. Then I can resize it or move it around, do whatever I like with it. But I'm just going to leave it like that, plain project. I'm going to insert a new slide. Title of the slide, the project. I'll put in a smaller text box, the text. Something like that. I should put a 1 beside that. So our first step was build the plane. I want that to be an animation, so I'm going to go to insert an animation. I can have it fade in, or I can just have it appear. So appear is fine, fade in is fine too. We want to build a plane. Then we want to build a launcher. I'm just going to copy that to build a launcher. I want to add an animation to this. I want it to just appear. The third thing, I'm just holding down the option, I'm just dragging that, and it allows me to copy and paste it. The third thing is launch our planes. Then the fourth thing is collect data. Record distance. I want to line all these guys up, so I'm just going to select them all like that. And yeah, there's a bit of an issue here because these guys are a lot wider. Now, typically I could just go to arrange and align the left side of them, then arrange, distribute vertically. I only have 2 animations, so I need to add an animation, and I'm just going to have it appear up here. And you can set that as a default, so it'll do that each time. Number 4, I want to add an animation, and I want it to appear, and the same with the 5th. I want that to appear. Okay, and I need to have pictures of all of the building of the airplane, building of the launcher. I'm just going to take the picture that I have on the front page because that was a good picture. And I'm going to have that come out, and I'll make that nice and big and crop that. Okay, so I'm going to grab that. So I just want a picture of the plane like that. And then we want that a lot bigger, right? So I'm just going to make that big. I'm going to have that appear. So I'm going to add that as an animation. And yeah, I'm just going to have it appear. But I don't want it to, I want it to appear after the first animation, like that. So I just dragged it up to there. Then build a launcher. And then I want this plane to disappear. So I'm going to add another animation. So I'm right here, and I'm going to click on that. I'm going to tell it that I want it to appear. I'm adding an animation. I want it to disappear. I want that to happen before the build a launcher comes out. So I'm just going to drag that up. Appears, and then we want it to disappear. Oh, there's my disappear. I dragged it too high. Show up right about there. The plane appears, then it disappears. Okay, let's see what that looks like. So if we present this, it starts off plane project, and then the project 1, build a plane, and then the plane appears. And then if I click my over arrow, it disappears. There you go. And then we have 2, build a launcher. Okay, and then I want a picture of the launcher to appear and then maybe disappear. Then launch plane, record wing angle, record distance. I would put all that stuff in. I'd put pictures of all that in. Then on the next page, I would want my table of values and the graph to insert a new slide. And that'll be the title of this values in a spreadsheet that was inside the plane project. There it is. There was my table of values. Copy the table. Paste. Paste table, look at that. And we're going to unlink it. Just paste. There we are. So it allowed us to paste the table in. That was pretty good. And we can resize that. And we can discuss that. So I want the table of values to appear as an animation. I'm going to add an animation. Faded is fun. We want the graph that we get from the table of values. So I can put it on the same page. I'm just going to put it on a new page just to save some room. Insert new slide. Here's our graph. And then I'm going to go to our spreadsheet. I'm going to click on the graph. Oh, how did I get the graph, by the way? Yeah, let's get rid of that. I have the data here, my angle and my distances. And remember, so I have my distances, and these are just numbers, right? They don't have the word centimeter in them. And if you do, there's a way of getting rid of that. Come and see me. I wanted to get the maximum of all these things. And so I used a little formula called max is equal to max of from B2 all the way to D2. 490 is our max. I can fill all that down. Copied this, pasted it in here, but when you paste, go edit, paste special, values only, and then it just pastes the values. You don't end up getting the maximum of something that doesn't exist. It would just give you an error if you did. Then I colored this in by using colors, as I showed you in class. I want to make a graph of this, so I just highlight everything in my table, click on the insert chart, then it picks a chart. You want to control that. There's line charts, there's dots, there's bar charts. I want a line. We can make them smooth lines. It's labeled our y-axis, our x-axis, and it's given our chart a name. You can give it a different name if you like. Copy this and into my Google slide. I'm going to paste it. Does it need to be linked? No, we'll just unlink it. And we can resize that to fit our screen. In your presentation, you would want to discuss like what the graph means, what you think it means. Why did it go down and up and down and up and down and up? And what's the optimal angle for the wing? You'd want to discuss that on the next page. You want to put things in like your conclusion or your finding. Insert a new page, new slide, and then findings or conclusions. You'd put in, what did you find? The optimal wing angle was, or whatever you found. How would you make this project better? How would you make your plane better? How would you make your launcher better? Stuff like that. That's how you build your slideshow for this project. Have a good day.